Not too long ago, I bought the Insta360 X5. Now this is an amazing 360 camera, but it needs to be mounted at times. And I have a few different mounts, but missing one particular type of mount to give me a POV angle. I needed a chest mount. While searching high and low, TELESIN reached out to me and asked me if I'm interested to review their products. I then went online and saw their catalogue, and two particular products appealed to me. This is TELESIN's new open clip chest mount, and this is TELESIN's new and unique magnetic neck mount. In this video, I'll be trying out both of them, starting from the setting up process, mounting, all the way up to using them in an everyday setting. At the end of the video, I'll be giving them a review in three specific areas: the setting up process, the practicality, and the aesthetics. So if you've been searching for a body harness for your action cameras, then this video will definitely be helpful in your search. Now let's start with the setting up process for the chest mount. So here I have with me my Insta360 X5, and here I have is a mount. Now this particular quarter-inch screw adapter, I got it separately because it actually doesn't come with either of these mounting sets. So just take note of that. I actually use this because it's more universal. I can attach any cameras compared with very specific action camera mounts. So from here, I'll just screw this in. Okay, and then we're going to put on the one clip chest mount. So how this thing works is that from here, you have this little push button, and once you push it out, it actually detaches. A lot of the other chest mounts out there, you have to literally just wear it without having this quick release or one clip attachment. Okay, so we're gonna have this over here. I'm gonna put one arm. And all we have to do is just to clip this over here. So from here, you can actually tighten up the sides to make it a more snug fitting. Then from here, we're gonna attach the chest mount over this way. Okay, I can actually just turn it up depending on the angle that I want. So I guess I'll just use it over here. Alternatively, I can actually put it downwards over here, but I guess that will be slightly too low. So we're just going to lift it up and put it over here. So that's a brief tour of what I'm going to use to capture my front angle. Okay, I have my DJI Pocket 3 over here. Okay, and then let's mount up. Alright, let's go. The kickstand, always remember. Okay, here is a little bumpy. Hopefully it go to somewhere a little more smooth. So just some of my experience now wearing this so far is a very snug fit, but depending on the camera that you're actually using, this one seems to be a bit lopsided because the Insta360 X5 is a little longer of a camera. Okay, we got to dismount for this portion. So actually, in the local weather, it's been raining quite recently, but today is a little bit more sunny, which is a good thing because we're actually trying this thing out. It's kind of irritating trying to figure out the weather because if it's raining, it's going to be really hard to film. I'm not so much worried about my Insta360 X5, but more of my other cameras like my DJI Pocket 3 and my Sony ZV-E1. Okay, maybe I'm also going to try running with this to give a more realistic perspective. Okay, I see that I need to tighten this body mount a little more, but first let's get off the bridge. So actually, just to share with you guys, I wanted to start filming from this particular place, but thankfully I did not because this area is actually closed. Okay, let's tighten here. Tighten here. Okay, as you guys see, this is really a raw test of this. I did not have much time to play around with the chest mount before this, which actually gives you a very realistic perspective about this mount itself. Now what I like about this mount is actually there's some particular branding to it. Slightly better now. Let's continue with our test. Okay, let's do another test of the running with the camera. Okay, I think because of how stable the X5 is, it's really hard to see if there are any shakes. So ultimately, it still depends on the camera that you are using. I don't know if you guys noticed, but recently Insta360 came out with their X4 Air, X5 Air. It's basically a smaller version of this camera, but it loses some abilities, functionalities I heard, such as you cannot use the bullet time. Is that bullet time? Yeah, the one that takes the swing. And it cannot record in one particular format. Though it's a little smaller, I guess I really need this bullet time. So I'll definitely still want to stick with my X5. Honestly, I was actually hoping for a more advanced camera instead of this X4 or X5 Air. I don't know if you guys agree, but cameras has reached a stage which there's only so much they could improve. There isn't more to be desired. You will want to think that shooting in 8K is something that people want, but people are still comfortable in their 4K. And the truth is that none of us even watch 4K. Okay, it's a good indication that the sun is now not so visible, so it's a more cloudy and ideal shooting environment. I sincerely hope that my footage on my DJI Pocket 3 is not too dark and the backgrounds, I mean the low light, is workable when I'm editing it. Okay, in a little while's time we're going to switch up with the neck mount, which I doubt it will be as good, but there are a few other factors which actually makes it more appealing than having a chest mount. Alright, time for us to dismount and change our mount. Okay, maybe let's move further down. There's a little construction noise over here, which is not ideal for content creation. Okay, so there's a little bench over here, which gives us a clear indication that we should do it here. Alright, so let's switch it up. Now forgive me if my shirt is going to get sweaty along, because I'm actually wearing this particular coloured shirt to actually show you the contrast between the equipment that I have. I actually wanted to use another shirt, but it won't be as visible, so the downside is just some sweat stains. So for this neck mount over here, this neck mount will have two particular parts to it. So obviously it's magnet, so you can just remove this, and you have this part over here which you can just attach it over here. So at this part we're going to mount up the camera on top. So I'm going to just wear on this chest mount first. Okay, here, over here. Wow, the magnet is strong. Okay, so this part is going to face inside while this rounded area is going to be on my chest. So here you can actually adjust the length of the accessory itself. Now what's amazing about this accessory is that it also comes with this latch, which prevents your camera actually from falling off. Okay, so what I want to do with the latch is from here over here, you can actually just press it. You can actually just press it and hook it to the accessory itself. Okay, to be frank, it's not going to be that helpful for our little outdoor test, but if you are using it for obstacle courses, I think it's definitely helpful. Okay, for this, because the neck mount isn't that strong, okay, we're going to flip it over here instead, a slightly lower angle. but we're going to increase the height of the mount instead. Okay, so we are about there. So you can see that this latch over here that actually hooks on to the accessory itself, and then here is the mount on my neck. Okay, so let's continue with our little adventure. Okay, let's do a quick turn to check if I remember to take everything. Okay, yes I did. So far with this little neck mount, it's holding great, but it doesn't seem to have a lot of wiggle space. One definitely big benefit of it is that you feel less warm because you're actually just wearing literally a necklace, while the harness does cover more of your body surface area. I'm doing a rather casual activity like cycling, so it still works. Okay, I'm going to dismount now and run with it. Okay, I really bet it's going to be horrible. Okay, that's about it. Okay, what I'm doing over here, handling a few cameras, is not suggested. I'm shooting on a Monday, so everywhere is relatively quieter. I mean, I like to shoot during the weekdays, especially on Mondays, because most people are at work. I'm not so much worried about filming where there are people around, but more of it's safer and easier to maneuver. I don't care if people watch me if I do my content creation, because up to a certain stage as a content creator, your skin will be so thick that you actually won't mind people watching you. But it's just the hindrance of being blocked or your equipment's being damaged. Okay, if you can see, my Insta360 is actually taking quite a beating. The mount is about to give way. Anyway, as a brand, I quite like TELESIN. TELESIN does produce really good products at a good price range, like Ulanzi. In terms of their products, I would say they vary a little. TELESIN focuses a little bit more on action camera mounts, while Ulanzi focuses more of like tripods and a little larger accessories. Okay, as you can see now, my camera has gave way. It's okay, good job. Okay, there's a road up ahead. I hope we are not being blocked. Thankfully, we aren't. Thank you. And let me just unmount or remove this thing. So now let's get into details about both of these mounts and what do I actually think of them. So for these two mounts, if you are curious about the price, okay, I think the price will matter for quite a lot of you guys out there. So for this neck mount itself, it comes in about 30 USD, 35 USD, while this comes in only about 20 USD. So let's get into the ratings which I mentioned earlier, let's start from this magnetic mount. Okay, so in terms of number one, the setup process, I would say the setup process is rather smooth. I'll give it an 8.10. Now in terms of its practicality, now it will fall short a little. I'll have to give it about 7. Now because at certain portions it might actually tip over, so this is actually one of the things which gives it a slightly lower rating. In terms of aesthetics, I think definitely this is a huge win. You aren't able to see it so much, so I'll give it about a 9.10. 23, okay? So we have a score of 23.30. Let's start with the setup. Okay, the setup is rather slow and a little bit more cumbersome, so I'll just give it a 5.10. Okay, as for its practicality, it's definitely very practical. I'll give it a high 9, so it's a 9.10. And in terms of aesthetics, it's not pretty. Let's admit that. Okay, so it's going to be a 6. So we have a 5, plus 9, 16. So we have a score about 20 upon 10. Okay, this one is a winner for me. Now, let's conclude. So starting with the body harness, I would say the body harness is for all those who like to do a lot of outdoor sports or vigorous activities. You definitely appreciate this very secure functionality that allows you to attach your camera onto it. Compared with this one clip neck mount, you can see the number of anchor points is quite a huge difference. Here you're only anchored towards your neck, while here you have actually 4 straps to tighten up to your body. But if you're like me, who just want a daily POV angles of the things that you're doing, be it cooking or riding a bike, the neck mount will be more than sufficient. If you ever need to change it with your mobile mount, you can just change this portion to be able to fit your mobile devices. What do you guys think about both of these accessories? Which do you prefer and like the most? And are there other instances which you think both of these would be useful for? I'm curious, let me know down in the comments below. As we reach the end of 2026, I'd like to thank you guys for supporting my channel. Be it liking, subscribing or subbing to my channel really helps. But the biggest way that you can give back is actually to be a member, and it's as little as $3 per month. This monetary resource allows me to buy more things to review. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the new year.